NextCon with Shema Hyder, the CEO of the Marketing Zen Group. Today I want to talk to you about an EMP threat. What is an EMP threat and how can we make sure that we're protected. And prepped and everything else in between? So with all of this talk about survival and prepping for EMP attacks, I want one of these. I want multiples of them. So where do I go to buy this box? And why do you think that we are not putting funding towards defense?
Because we're stupid.
Increase our military budget. Send more money to Israel.
That is perfect.
Another deep state globalist hack.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials.
So she's not just some random pageant girl, right? She's not just some ditzy pageant girl that went on like a reality dating show. I saw this video and I'm like, oh yeah, we live in a matrix. We live in some like stupid... This whole thing is so fake and stupid. You know, it's currently tearing at the seams. I don't know what's happening, but it is tearing at the seams, falling apart.
1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
So she's briefing members of Congress and presumably the CIA, considering the CIA director's also in this video. Not too long ago, I covered a video which had been uncovered from the files, if you will. A 5-year-old interview with Erika Kirk stating that her mom, Lori Fronsvy, worked with Homeland Security in the Department of Defense as a private business owner of E3 Tech, okay? Some of you might remember this video. 2003 was the beginning of E3 Tech, or also referred to as AZ Tech, and Kent Fronsvy was a program director for E3 Tech, Raytheon's Israel division with defense contracts for the Iron Dome. All of this work centers around Fort Huachuca. Again, at the time, I put a big question mark on this one. I was like, that seems kind of crazy, but we're going to react to it because this is observable. This is material. We see the video. We see her saying these things. And that's just the truth.
Hey, can I ask a question? It's maybe off topic. How did your mom choose Phoenix?
So she chose to move to Phoenix from Ohio because there was more of an opportunity for a female business owner out here. Especially,
I always love that part of the clip. She's like a female business, like she's just some yes queen, female business owner. It sounds really cute and woman empowering, but and stuff like that. And then you hear her start talking about the DOD. She doesn't even mention electromagnetic pulse. I didn't even know what that was. Electromagnetic pulse technology for the defense industry. What the hell?
Especially from the standpoint of she was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense. And so she had other business partners that were out here that were already in that industry, even one that was a mentor of hers. So it was really convenient to be able to come all together in one place to really have that. But my father ended up moving out here as well because my grandparents had a home out in Sun City. And so it took a little bit to get everyone out here. It took several years, but by that time, everyone was out here. So we had a little bit more family than just us.
Why is she always smiling all the time? Okay, this is one thing I'll say. Everyone's like, why is she smiling all the time after Charlie, was unalived? She's always been like that, clearly. I mean, here she is talking about her mom producing like electromagnetic pulse technology, and she's like, the whole time. It's so weird. So anyway, in that video, we got a few things. We got her mom working with the government, the DOD, Homeland Security. Weird. And that she moved there to be amongst other colleagues in the industry, which she didn't explicitly state for Huachuca, but you can probably put 2 and 2 together. If you're working in military tech or like U.S. Marine tech or something like that, and you move to Encinitas, California, or San Clemente, California, one could put 2 and 2 together and say that person is doing business with people at Camp Pendleton, right? Same thing could be said about this. But let's continue on here because we have some really crazy stuff that came out today. What is this? Erika Kirk is friends with Yair Netanyahu on Facebook. He liked her photo on Facebook. Okay, let's not look at that. The feds don't want us looking at that. Anyways, so this is what came out today. This is really crazy. Erika Kirk exposed in secret CIA-linked doc briefing officials on grid-wiping EMP attacks. Mom's military empire involved? Now, I will say, there's no evidence that this video that I'm about to show you was created by the CIA. Okay, a lot of people started sharing it, saying this is a CIA video. Some people were saying that this is... I saw someone in the chat earlier, they're like, oh, it's just like a commercial for the mom's company. I don't know too many businesses that get the former director of the CIA, James Woolsey, to do promos for their defense technology, but we'll leave that there for a moment. But anyways, there also was a commercial. So these are two separate things. All right, these are two separate things. So the first one is this Unearthed 2010s documentary Black Start USA. Totally not an ominous sounding title, right? Totally just like normal, right? Black Start USA exposes Erika Kirk briefing top officials like ex-CIA director James Woolsey on EMP attacks that could black out the U.S. grid. Directed by Patria Patrick via Heartland Films LLC, not CIA made, but features Woolsey, former CIA director. It's all about untested Black Start restart protocols. In the video, Erika Kirk is seen briefing intelligence officials. But here's the twist. This ties directly to her mom, Lori Fronsky's military empire. After 20 years at General Electric, you don't know, General Electric is like one of the most corrupt entities in the United States. And when I mean corrupt, I mean like deep shadow power level of corruption, very tied in with the military industrial complex. People don't even know how terrifying General Electric is. They're like, I think they're usually like one of the top or the top campaign contributors out of private companies every single election cycle. So General Electric, yeah, totally not suspicious there either, right? Lori then founded E3 Tech Group, EMP hardened tech for drones, vehicles, softwares, doing DoD, Department of Defense contracts tested at Fort Huachuca's E3 facility, or MIL-STD 461, yet another Fort Huachuca connection for all you paying attention. AZ Tech International, Network Security, Risk Analyst, EMP Protection, Lori as CEO. G-Tech Industries presented EMP threats to AZ legislature in 2014, focusing on bursts, destroying electronics. Okay? So, I had to do a little bit of research here to really find out what this stuff is. So EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse. Sounds like some QAnon conspiracy thing, but it actually refers to a burst of electromagnetic energy that can disrupt or destroy electronic devices and electrical systems over a wide area. How did the U.S. just go into Venezuela and knock out all of their electricity within seconds? Could it have been that they had people on the inside, disable things, crash stuff at the electric generating stations? Possibly. Could it have also been something like this? Well, they definitely possess the technology to do it. EMPs can occur naturally from solar flares or geomagnetic storms, or be generated deliberately, such as through a high-altitude nuclear detonation or specialized non-nuclear weapons. A large-scale EMP attack could potentially knock out power grids, communications, and other critical infrastructure, leading to widespread blackouts and societal disruption. This topic has been a concern in national security discussions for decades, often highlighted by experts warning about vulnerabilities in the U.S. power grid. Regarding Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk and current CEO of Turning Point USA, There is no evidence that she personally owns or runs an EMP-related company. However, her mother, Lori Fronsfee, is involved in the field through her business. Lori Fronsfee, after nearly 2 decades at General Electric, founded and leads several companies specializing in these fields. E3 Tech Group focuses on solutions for natural and man-made disasters, including EMP threats and cyber attacks. It provides EMP-hardened products like protected vehicles, generators, control systems, and continuity of operations technologies for critical infrastructure, working in doing contracts with the Department of Defense, DHS, and others. Okay? So, again, this is all very normal. You know, before I show you the video, we were told that Erika Kirk was just some ditzy, pageant girl. Didn't she win, like, the Trump beauty pageant, the Miss America beauty pageant or something to that effect, Miss Arizona? So she's some ditzy pageant girl, except, oh wait, her mom worked for General Electric for 20 years. Her mom now owns several companies that deal with EMP devices and EMP attacks. She's doing contracts with the DOD, Department of Homeland Security, other government agencies, allegedly the Israeli government as well, by the way. And Erika Kirk seems to be a little bit less of a ditzy pageant girl than we were initially led to believe, because here is a video of her, with her mom's company talking about the EMP stuff. That I think the video will speak for itself. And it also features former CIA Director James Woolsey.
This was an unprecedented and sophisticated attack on an electric grid substation using military-style weapons.
It wasn't just a couple of guys out having a beer.
Parties unknown used AK-47s to attack the transformers of that facility.
Top former energy official claims an attack on an American power grid was terrorism.
The Metcalf attack pointed out that the substations are important parts of our national grid, but they're completely unprotected.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
Well, there are 18 critical infrastructures in the United States: food, water, transportation, communications, etc. All 17 of the others depend on electricity.
If our grid goes down, you can't cook, you're not going to heat anything, you can't run any of your medical supplies, you can't talk on your phone, you can't take money out of a bank, and we turn into total chaos.
If this happens, the system stops.
If a transformer is taken down, we have to order it from Germany or China. It's going to take a year.
So there's a bunch of other former high-level government officials in this video, and 3-letter agency people, but you just saw Erika Kirk and the former CIA director, as well as a former advisor to Ronald Reagan, as well as, isn't that Jeanette Pinheiro or whatever her name is? And it's her mom's company. And, even if Erika Kirk is just like a stand-in, someone to read a script, even if this is all fake in a script, really doesn't matter. I mean, the idea that she herself is briefing members of Congress and like the CIA on this issue, that's just kind of icing on the cake for me. It doesn't even really matter. It's just icing on the cake. It's really that this is her mom's company that's getting the former CIA director to do like a promotional stunt for this electromagnetic pulse technology and doing these massive, presumably no bid contracts with DOD and Department of Homeland Security and whatnot. I mean, it's just crazy. But if you thought that was all, I know you guys really got a kick out of that one. We also have this right here. Erika Kirk spills on mom's G-Tech DOD contracts with Homeland Security. Deep ties to Fort Huachuca. Again, keeps coming up. In this resurfaced 2020 interview clip, Erika Kirk casually drops that her family relocated to Arizona because of her mom, Franzvi, was deep diving into DOD work. She specifically name drops G-Tech as part of her mom's ventures, securing government contracts in Homeland Security for network security risk assessment and EMP protection. But here's the explosive context. Lori Franzvi is CEO of E3 Tech Group, which absorbed or spun from G-Tech, AZ-Tech International, a firm with heavy DoD DHS ties. These companies specialize in military tech. Think secure networks, intelligence operations, and even drone-related systems. And the smoking gun direct connections to Fort Huachuca, the U.S. Army's premier intelligence and unmanned aircraft drone hub in Arizona. Fort Huachuca trains drone operators, runs intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance programs, and has been flagged in these Kirk theories for the whistleblower Mitch Snow, who alleges he saw Erika Kirk at a hotel, I should say, on the 8th, nearby Fort Huachuca, and Brian Harpel, he allegedly claims to have seen at Fort Huachuca on the 9th. Okay? Let's watch.
Hi, I'm Erika Franzvi, and today I have the honor of interviewing Tim Ralston, the survival expert on everything.
My name is Erika Franzvi, and we're going to be scouting around talking to all of the participants that are here for the conference.
Hey guys, I'm Erika, your host today for The Buzz. I'm here with our gorgeous June girl crush, Jessica Alba.
Hi, and thank you for watching the Webathon Live here on Wake Up Media Network. We are here at NextCon with Shema Hyder, the CEO
of the Marketing Zen Group. Today I want to talk to you about an EMP threat. What is an EMP threat, and how can we make sure that we're protected. And prepped and everything else in between? So with all of this talk about survival and prepping for EMP attacks, I want one of these. I want multiple of them. So where do I go to buy this box?
And why do you think that we are not putting funding towards defense?
Because we're stupid.
Increase our military budget. Send more money to Israel.
That is perfect. That is the best answer.
Do the Honest Company products come with any type of education for parents so that they...
Yeah, you know, our platform really is about education. So you could actually walk away with something.
Instead of reading this paper, you're like, I have no idea
how to pronounce those 20 ingredients and what does it all mean.
Right.
They're going to question you. They're going to say, why are you putting that extra work into your schoolwork? Why are you putting that extra work at the gym when everyone's left and you're still shooting free throws? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? That's noise. That is noise.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Buzz. I'm Erika. Well, this isn't something that is admitted in Hollywood often. According to People magazine, the story is totally false. It is clear to say that Mr. Affleck is a man of many traits. That's all for now. Make sure to keep checking back for more entertainment news.
I'm sitting here with Dr. Peter Pry, and this is my second interview with you, so I'm so glad that you're back here sitting with me.
Who are these people? It's like it's just some random mashup. This is her video, by the way. Like this is her from Erika Franzvi at the time. This is her promotional reel for like, hire me to do media stuff, because here I am with Jessica Alba talking about DOD contracts, and here I am talking with some 70-year-old man about EMP attacks, and here I am with Ben Carson talking about sending money to Israel.
So awesome to have you at the gala event last night. We have been having an amazing time here at NextCon 16 with some incredible speakers ranging from Guy Kawasaki, Steve Wozniak, Thomas Gorney, Pat Waters, and so many more. Because of your activity on social media, hashtag NextCon16 was not only trending on Twitter, but we have raised nearly $17,000 that Nextiva will donate to a local Arizona nonprofit. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for being here. You were amazing on stage.
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure to be here.
You love the fact that technology is here and just in everything. With that, how can you use technology to enhance the customer experience for businesses? Do you have any advice for that?
Yes.
So if you are not a confident person and you're...
Wait, that's the guy from the banana baseball team. Ah, I liked that guy. How'd he get in here? Is he controlled by Netanyahu too? I liked that guy. He's the one with the baseball team that they do all the dances.
Not really the person who will go outside of their box.
100%.
how would you recommend or tell someone this is how you get outside of your box? This is how you stand?
That's why it's promoted so heavily. Everyone's like, why is that banana a baseball team? Why are they filling up stadiums larger than the MLB? He must be controlled by Israel.
This is how you become different with your company, with your business. What would you recommend to them?
It's easy. I call it Find Your Yellow Tux, and it's the best version of yourself.
And that is a wrap.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
I don't know what we just watched. Actually, I do. That is Erika Kirk posing as some like Jersey Shore media personality doing a bunch of different ad promos for like actual lizard people. I literally, you know, shilling for Israel becomes so cool when you have like rave music playing, right? Doing propaganda for the lizard people, so cool when you got the rave music playing. We just want to dance again. We just want to dance again. You know? There's a joke to be made here about raves and doing propaganda for Zionist military tech companies and stuff. A joke to be made here. I'm not going to make it because we're on YouTube. But anyways, so that was like really crazy. Why are we not giving more money to EMP, electromagnetic pulse technology for the military companies? We are Charlie Kirk. Where are my little the firework things? Where are they? Before you leave, I want to say thank you for the support, because after 2 years of being banned, we are finally back home on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and also join as a member on our channel using the link at the top of the description. I rely on the generous support of viewers like yourself to get the truth out to as many people as possible. You can also support the show on Locals or Give Sin Go. The mainstream media and the powers that be are never going to stop attacking us for bringing the truth to as many people as we do. Thank you so much for your support.